Hello friends, in today's video, I continue my series of films about the most unusual farms. And after watching this video, you will be amazed at how farmers manage to earn big money. In this video I will tell you about maggot breeding farms and snail breeding farms. It may seem strange, but snails are a popular dish, especially in France. Since snails grow quickly and have a low cost, they have long gained popularity. The most popular edible snail is the grape snail, which is also the largest snail in Europe. Since ancient times, people have used grape snails as food, and it was not a delicacy, and people of any social status used them as an easy-to-obtain source of food. And since demand creates supply, snail farms have begun to appear all over the world. To create a snail farm, you first purchase snails in the spring. Under the right conditions, they can hibernate for 3 months. In March, they are removed for placement on special shelves in a prepared room. During this period they are usually fed cereals. The snails eat a good meal mate and lay their eggs in small plastic pots. After this, these pots are collected. The eggs are taken not only so that the snails can hatch safely, but also for the production of caviar. Yes, people eat snail caviar, and in fact it is considered a delicacy. So in September 2014, the retail price of one 50-gram jar was more than 150 euros. Today you can find a 30-gram jar for 100 euros, which makes this caviar one of the most expensive. Many snail farms are engaged in the production of snail caviar, although the main business of these farms is still the cultivation and sale of snails directly. After a 2-week incubation period, the eggs of these creatures hatch into babies. Depending on the farm and size, they will grow in a greenhouse or outside. Next, they are transferred to the open air, where, eating foliage specially grown for them, they grow to their maximum size. Snails cover wooden pallets and will feed on plants from April until September, until the harvest is over. A special system that sprays water in the form of mist helps regulate the temperature. When the time comes for harvest, the snails have already reached a diameter of 45 centimeters. Farmers lift the pallets under which the snails are hidden and collect them in buckets, and then in special boxes, where they are thoroughly washed, and then they are sent for inspection, screening, processing, and distribution for various needs. The number of snails here really goes off scale and reaches industrial proportions. Millions of snails a day pass through these conveyors. Then a group of people begin to remove the meat from the shells. This has to be done manually. And here snails are laid out for the production of cosmetics. These devices cause snails to secrete mucus abundantly. The mollusks react to movement and secrete a secretion, which is then collected by factory workers. Big businesses are growing from snail mucus cosmetics. Manufacturers claim that cosmetics made from this mucus make the skin more elastic, moisturizes and nourishes it. And pharmacists use snail meat to prepare medicines for the respiratory tract, gastrointestinal tract, and musculoskeletal system. It takes 1.5 years for one snail to mature, but this applies to grape snails, the most popular. Tunisian snails have a shorter maturation cycle. They are ready to reproduce within 6 months. An extract prepared from grape snail, helicidin, is used for its properties as a broncho-relaxant. Representatives of this species are also used to release valuable substances, lectins. Now we will talk about farms for growing maggots, that is, worms from fly larvae. Yes, people have even thought of this, and the number of such farms around the world is on a truly impressive scale. On these farms, flies are locked in so-called love cages, where there is water to drink and a place to breed. The flies mate within a week, lay eggs, and die. Then the eggs are taken to a special place with food, where after birth the larvae immediately begin to devour everything. When the maggots grow to the desired size, they are sifted out from food particles. Some species of these amazing creatures are quickly able to turn food waste into money, more precisely into protein, which can then be sold for money. You are unlikely to find any animal that can do this as effectively. So breeding maggots was only a matter of time. And today, more and more people are engaged in this type of agriculture. Moreover, now maggots are used everywhere. For example, they are fed to animals such as pigs, fish, and various farm birds. They say that feeding from maggots significantly increases weight gain. The safety of livestock, animals get sick less. Costs for medicines and traditional feeds are reduced, and the amount of final products increases. Maggots are also sold for fishing, and people also eat them. In some countries it is a delicacy. These larvae are an excellent source of protein. Farmers are especially fond of breeding black soldier flies because their maggots develop very well in various decaying organic matter of plant and animal origin, including vegetables and fruits, compost, manure, and so on. This means that farmers just need to collect food waste from landfills or waste from various factories and sausage shops, and here you have ready-made and free food for maggots. Considering that every city today produces a huge amount of food waste that is simply thrown into landfills, farmers have almost endless raw materials for making money. In fact, we get the ideal option for recycling bio-waste. This is a waste-free production, since the waste product of maggots is also a valuable raw material, and it's called zoohumus. Zoohumus serves as an excellent fertilizer, which significantly increases productivity. But there is also an unpleasant side. It stinks. The fact is that when breeding maggots, a pungent odor of ammonia is released. The quality of maggots is affected by the room and the conditions created. Maggots achieve high quality if temperature and humidity are properly maintained, with the possibility of good ventilation because of the ammonia released. Black lion maggots are bred on an industrial scale, not only as an alternative source of protein and fat and for feed purposes, but also as a raw material for the chemical industry. The larvae produce chitosan, melanin, and probiotics. These substances cost several $100s per gram and are sold to other companies for processing, where they are then used as raw materials for many different needs, ranging from semiconductors to drugs for cancer and vitiligo. Maggots can be sold 7 to 8 days after birth. The sifted larvae are scattered into jars with sawdust and placed in the refrigerator. Frozen maggots are stored for 1 month, during which they must be sold. The larvae are even dried, which produces high-quality animal protein, which is much more valuable than fish meal. Look how maggots are sold in such packages in Russia. All over the world they have realized what potential the little fly has for the environment and economy, and now they are feverishly investing billions of dollars in this matter, getting shocking results in the good sense of the word, from Europe to Africa. Add to this low labor costs and low energy costs, and you will understand why this is a profitable business and is being done all over the world. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe to the channel. This will be the best gratitude for my work. See you in the next video. Bye.